What is good? I'm going to get into this journal. Just a quick little recap on the day. Very, very good day on the NASDAQ. But let's just jump right into it. So, heading in the morning, obviously ignore all this, but this 4-hour gap was unfilled on both assets. And the reason I wanted to see this get filled is because what? Because we had swept out this weekly low and we were respecting this 30-minute condition when I got on this morning. So naturally, this is going to be my condition. Either we are going to show bearishness by violating my condition, or we're going to show bullishness, which is what I was leaning towards, and just see all of this get ran, given the fact that this was all generated from overnight session and it's leading up to our 4-hour unmitigated level. So along the way, you see we obviously have London highs right here and Asia highs. So I'm going to mark out all of that. Now, also going to mark out this 30 minutes so you can see what I was looking for heading into market open. Okay, so let's drop down time frames here. So first thing I'm noticing, we have this data wick. Now, this is a data low, but looking at ES, we also have the same data low, but it's sponsored. It swept out these lows. So it is an SMT, it's a bullish SMT. And looking higher, which I'm ultimately bullish, we have data highs right here that get edged and we start slowly chopping lower. So from here, all I want to see is some sort of gap form to take us higher. And that gap is this 30-minute, which is our condition in this range. So now that we're respecting a external bullish 30-minute condition, I want to see an internal 30-minute condition get respected to send us to all of these highs. So let's look at what open does. Okay, boom. You can clearly see here, open runs higher, generates more highs here. We have our London highs here. We have a ton of buy side above, and we eventually tap lower into that 30-minute. Now from this 30-minute, we get a push lower and instant V shape. Now you're gonna have to just take my word on it. I use a 30-second on my top steps. There was a 30-second inversion and a CISD here. It'll probably be the thumbnail of this. And I believe my stop was under like a 15-second gap. It was somewhere in this range, because if we are going to push 100 points in one candle, if we start taking back this volume and pushing lower, I'm going to safely assume that I'm wrong and this data low is going to get wicked before pushing higher. But when we have this much volume, I can't fade that. It's going to work 90% of the time if you have data highs and a reason to go higher, which we have all of those in this situation. And as you see, this runs just way higher. Very, very clean. And it eventually breaks you even if you didn't full TP, which I full TP'd at this high. And we just run higher pretty much the rest of the day until reaching our 4-hour key level. Now, I want to talk about this loss that I could see why people took this loss. It was a 4-minute. Yeah, 4-minute right here. Now, let's get into the idea of why this was actually a pretty valid trade. I don't think this was a terrible trade. I do think I was off the charts for this, so I took my win and I got off. But if I still was on the charts, this might be a setup I take. I'm not gonna lie, it did look pretty good once I got on and saw that it lost, but I would have put my stop about here. Very, very strong 4-minute inversion. A lot of times with reversal setups like this though, like very, very higher time frame reversal heavy, like you're hitting your key level and just instantly expecting a sell-off, you are going to get some sort of resweep, some sort of manipulation. And the other thing about this setup is what? Look at the time of when this is inverting. It's inverting right at 10:30. So 10:31 to be exact, and we have no manipulation from 10:30. Now, maybe if we had some sort of SMT here, 1030 maybe came up, SMT at this high, and then you get that candle. This is an A plus setup. But the fact that 1030 has not put in much of a wick at all makes 1030 do what? Manipulate, stop out early sellers, and then make the real move lower, which is basically where we just trended pretty much the rest of the day, pretty much of all of AM, I believe. Yeah. So overall, very, very straightforward day. I think today was a pretty much textbook ICT day. And yeah, those are the options you could have took. You also, this reentry was extremely valid here. Once again, I was not on charts at all for this. So yeah, I probably, if I was on the charts and was trading, I probably would have maybe faded this because 1030. I'm not 100% sure if I would have took this live time, but I definitely would have took this reentry. So yeah, that's the recap for the day. I hope y'all did well, and I'm gonna just get this posted. Peace.